Hello students, I am re-recording the last lecture due to the technical issues. As all of you know that we are discussing about advanced concept of C and introduction to data structure, which is the part number 2 of unit number 1. In previous lecture we have discussed about various types of topic like data types, array, handling of a array, initialization of array, multi-dimensional array, initialization of two-dimensional array. Then we have introduced the concept of pointer, where first we have discussed about advantages and disadvantages of pointer, declaring an initialization of pointer. We have used pointer in various arithmetic operations, that means pointer arithmetic. Then we have discussed about array with pointers. Then it's time to start with the introduction of pointer into the concept called UDF. So the full form of UDF is user defined function. In C, there are 4 types of UDF are available, like function with argument, with return value. Second, function without argument, with return value. Third, function without argument, without return value. And fourth, function with argument, without return value. So we can rearrange into the proper sequence. This fourth we can keep as a second. Sequence can be any, but for the proper hierarchy I am just rearranging it. Let's cross check it. The first one is function with argument with return value, okay. Second is function with argument without return value, okay. Third one is function without argument with return value, that is okay. And last one is function without argument without return value, fourth one is okay. So these are the 4 type of UDF called user defined functions are available. Now the main core part of the entire discussion is that we have to introduce pointer in our UDF. So for that, few topic that we have to keep in our mind is, number 1, few concepts that we have to consider are, number 1, function prototype. Second, function call. Third, function initialization. And last one, fourth one is function return. These 4 topics we have to keep in our mind while developing UDF, and then in that concept we have to use pointer. So now let's see how can we write a program for the same. So for that I have created a one program. The definition is like this: write a program to find maximum of two numbers using UDF and using UDF. First we'll create simple program. So for that, first I have written the two necessary library function. Then there is a first step that I have to write, that is integer max into the bracket integer comma integer is called as function prototype. Then after there is a void main statement opening bracket. Then I have declared two local variables, that is called as I, j and k, three local variables. I is for the first value, j is for the second value, and k is for the output. So here I am writing the four logical lines for accepting the two different numbers, that is printf enter your first value, then printf enter your second value, then I am passing these two actual argument into the function call. That's why I am writing integer k is equals to max into the bracket I comma j, that is called as function call. Then after there is a label called max percentage d comma k get ch, and then there is a function initialization. Remember, into the function initialization return type should be same as a function prototype. Name of the function is same like a function prototype. So here I am writing max integer a stores the value of I and b stores the value of j. So a and b are called as dummy arguments. Then there is a one decision making statement. If a greater than b, it returns a, otherwise it returns b. Now whatever the value is written always returns the single value is going to be stored inside the variable called k, and this printf statement prints that maximum number. So let's execute the code and enter any two values. From 3 and 2, 3 is maximum, so that is going to be print onto the screen. For the cross verification purpose, just interchange the value, even it prints 3 onto the screen, as 3 is going to be stored inside the variable called b, or you can say j. So this is the way for creating an UDF for finding out maximum of two numbers. Now let's see this particular program in Notepad for better visibility. So I am just opening C drive, Turbo C, disk, bin, and I have saved this particular program as a test11. Open with Notepad. So this is the program. I request all the students just note down this program into the journals. Definition is already given over here by pausing the video. We'll continue our discussion. Now what we will do next, in this program we will include the concept of pointer. So again I am going back into the Turbo C, and I am just modifying the definition from write a program to find maximum of two numbers using UDF and pointer. So just over here declare two more pointer variable called pointer p and pointer q. Then after this scanf statement, set pointer at the first position and pointer q at the second position or the second value. Then instead of this local variable called ij, pass the pointer variable. Now let's recheck whether it works or not. I'm just saving the program and execute the code. There are no syntactical error. Run the code, enter the value, you will get maximum onto the screen. Let's recheck by some another values. Here 22 is maximum, so it is going to be printed onto the screen. Now in this program, whatever the output variable is there, even you can take it as a pointer variable. So what I am modifying in this particular code, I am declaring k as a pointer variable. Then I am assigning pointer variable at the function called, and in printf statement I am printing the same variable using pointer. Let's see whether it works or not. Here the maximum is 45, so 45 is going to be print onto the screen. So it works perfectly. Let's see this particular program in Notepad for better visibility. What I have done is, first I have created the necessary library function with function prototype. Then into the void main statement, these two are the local variables and these three are the pointer variables. This is very basic program of pointer with UDF. You can make lots of changes in this program. Then there are 4 logical lines which accept the first and second number and store inside the local variable called I and j. Then I am assigning pointer variable called p at the first position and pointer variable q at the second position. Then I am writing, then I have written pointer k is equals to max pointer p comma pointer q. Then printf maximum percentage d pointer k prints the pointer variable. Then into the function initialization, this pointer p store its value in a, this pointer q stored its value in b. This decision making checks whether a is maximum then b or not. If it is maximum then b, it returns a, otherwise it returns b. Whatever returns stored inside this pointer variable called k, and this printf statement prints that maximum number. So in this way we can use UDF and pointer for finding out maximum of two numbers. By changing the small things, we can convert this particular program from maximum to minimum. So what the changes I am doing over here is, first I am changing the commented section. Then into the function prototype, I am changing the name of UDF from max to min. Then even into the function called, I am changing the name from max to min. Then I am changing the label of printf statement, and even I am changing the name in function initialization. So now this particular program will return minimum of two value. One more thing is required to change, this decision making statement. So 3 and 1 is minimum, so it's there onto the screen. Let's rerun it. 11 and 34. So 11 is minimum, it's there onto the screen. Now let's see this particular program into the notepad for better visibility. Note down this particular program into the journals for future purpose. Fine, we'll go ahead. The next topic of discussion is various scope rules and storage classes. Basically, there are four types of variable declarations are there. One is automatic variable declaration, static variable declaration, external variable declaration, and register variable declaration. No doubt in BCA semester number 1 we have already discussed about that, but yet just we are revising the topic. Variable can be declared in four different ways. Number 1, locally. Number 2, globally. Number 3, using static. Number 4, using register. So whenever we are declaring the variable in between the opening and closing bracket of void main statement or UTF, where the life of this particular variable is limited up to this bracket, is called as variable is declared locally. Now suppose we are declaring variable before the void main statement, which can be accessed inside the void main statement, even inside the created UDF, anywhere. That variable is called as variable is declared globally. Now static contains two subtypes, that is local and global. Even register contains two subtypes called local and global. Fundamental remains same, just there is a one difference of keyword. That means if you write in this way, this is called as the declaration of static local variable. If you write something like this, then it is called as declaration of global variable with static keyword. So it should require to know that what static actually does. So the purpose of the same is very simple. Static variable is the keyword by using it CPU allows to store values into the special storage. Same like register. A register can be done in these two different way. Instead of this static, you can replace it with register. Whenever we write register as a keyword, it allows to store users content into the cache memory of the system. So this is the difference between static register, static local, static global, normal static and global. But generally in routine, the variable declaration statically and globally is widely used. So in our next session, we will focus on the next concept called dynamic allocation and deallocation of memory. That means we will discuss about malloc, calloc and free. Already this topic is discussed in semester number 1, but still we will discuss about it in detail. So thank you very much students for listening me, and have a nice day.